One of the most dangerous moments in sobriety, it's not day one. Day one is easy. It's like day 30 and beyond that, because after a month of sobriety, people, and I include myself in this group, are going to think like, oh my God, I got this. I'm done. I did it. And that's when they relax. And that is when relapse steps in. When we interrupt our routine, we stop doing the things that we've been doing for those first 30 days that has taken our life to a new level. We stop, we pause, and that's a human thing. That's just not an addict thing. That's for everyone. So listen to this and let's get through this together. By the way, I wanted to introduce you to the gnome with the surfboard. I'll put him back on the table there so you can look at him during this video. So if you've made it 30 days so far, or even 15 days, that is amazing. And I have a great video on how to get through those first 30 days. I will link it at the end of this video. So if you haven't seen that, watch it right after you're done this one. But in the first 30 days, I'm hoping you got connected to an amazing community. I'm hoping that you've been brutally honest with your friends, with your family, with people you trust, and tell them what you're trying to do as far as quitting. I'm hoping that you removed all your access to drugs. I'm talking about giving up your ATM card, your credit card, maybe your phone, your car keys, putting all those speed bumps in between you and that first drink or that first hit. So if you've done all those things, you should have made it through those first 30 days. So here's how a lot of people, including myself, sabotage after that first 30 days, because you've just done what you said you were going to do for 30 days. And that is amazing. You're getting pats on the back, man. People are carrying around the room like you're having a bar mitzvah or something like that. And it's awesome. The celebration is on. So now you're like, hey, your community involvement might slip a little bit. Gym becomes optional. You're not doing your daily check-ins with the people who are holding you accountable as much. And your idle time creeps back in. Now you're going to have a lot more time on your hands when you stop doing the things that you were doing for those first 30 days. And that's where the trap is. And people see that idle time and the relaxation as a reward. It feels good. And I totally understand that. But again, that's where the trap sets in. Because most of the time, relapse isn't happening when your life completely falls apart. It happens when structure and daily routine quietly disappears. And when this structure that we've created in our lives in these first 30 days slowly disappears, our brain, it's not fixed yet. We go back to that thought where, geez, how do I fix this idle time? What do I do when I'm bored? We go use or we go drink. Your brain's always looking to fill idle time. And I think a lot of us in recovery have ADHD to begin with, so we're always looking for, we always got to keep ourselves occupied. So when we remove that structure, our brain's going to go, I know exactly what to do now, because getting high or getting drunk, that has never failed us, not once, and it's very reliable. I want to tell you a story about what happened to me. Mind you, I was about almost a year and a half sober at this time, and I was going to a great recovery community, had a bunch of friends, but I did kind of get bored and I wanted to move. So I did move away, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I moved away for a new job at a hotel to Niagara-on-the-Lake in Ontario, Canada, and believe me, it was a beautiful setting, a beautiful hotel, and I loved my job and I was making great money, but I hadn't set up a new structure. I wasn't going to any recovery meetings. I wasn't doing any group fitness stuff. I was isolating and I was bored. But here's the thing, my bank account was doing awesome. My job was doing awesome, but I was so alone and I didn't really have anything to do outside of work or going out for dinner by myself. And after about a year and a half of sobriety, sitting in a restaurant, eating dinner, the thought came to me, oh, I'm smoking crack tonight. Boom, I had to run to the bathroom. If you've ever been in that situation where your brain decides that you're going to use tonight, for me, my insides turned to liquid because I knew what I was doing. I hadn't even, no idea where I was going to get the drug. But that's what happened to me. And the reason that happened to me is because I had let my structure completely go. What was working for me, I let that go. Now I had a ton of idle time on my hands. I was feeling great, had more money in the bank than I'd ever had before. And my brain says, hey, good news, we're going to smoke some crack. It took me 3 more years to get clean again. And you see, I didn't relapse because I'm like, oh, I really want to smoke crack. No, my brain made that decision for me. I relapsed because I stopped doing the things that were working for me, the things that were keeping me happy and connected. So remember that. That's a true story. And by the way, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Canada's prettiest town. Yeah, I can find that shit anywhere. That relapse felt sudden to me, but it wasn't, because over the past few months, I had been removing things that were keeping me clean. That's the way it goes usually. So now we're going to add something to days 31 for the rest of your life. It's called goal setting. I'll get to that in a second. And honestly, that's where sobriety gets super exciting. But please don't slow down on your daily habits, like your daily routine. Meditation, affirmations, journaling, reading. Hopefully you've got a great morning routine going. I get mine from the Miracle Morning book. I suggest you grab that book if you don't have it already. Make sure you're getting that movement in every single day. Exercise is absolutely key. Keep your accountability in place. Hey, maybe you're taking your ATM card or your credit card back at this point. It's got to happen at some point too, right? And if you're ready for it, you're ready for it. But just be careful. Same with the car keys too. Your community. Don't slack on your community. Oh, I know they can be annoying at times, but just go there with being of service in mind, and don't let up on whatever community you have chosen, whether that's a recovery community or a fitness community. They're so important. We need our people. So you continue doing the stuff that's been working for you. Don't let up, man. Foot on that gas for sure. But now you're going to add some excitement through goal setting. And like I said, this is where sobriety gets good, and this is where sobriety sticks. This is what separates people who you see in a 12-step meeting who are miserable but claim to be 5 years sober from the person who's like 3 months clean, but they're on fire about life because all of a sudden they've decided that, you know what? The life I was living before, I'm not happy with that. Yeah, they've removed the drugs or the alcohol, but that's not enough for them. And now they've decided to say, okay, what do I really want my life to look like 6 months from now or a year from now? And they start planning it out and start taking small steps every day to get there. And you know, confidence is one thing that I was lacking my entire life. But when I got into recovery and I actually started setting goals and accomplishing small little milestones toward those bigger goals, confidence was built. And I'm telling you, that is the only way confidence is built. People aren't born with it. People have to earn it. And you earn confidence by completing small tasks on the way to bigger tasks. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We need excitement. You need excitement. We didn't smoke crack. We didn't drink excessive amounts of tequila because we were happy with just being normal. No, being normal, being average, being mediocre is not good enough for you. So what you're going to need to do is plan your year out. I want you to look a year into the future and actually write down a list of things or the person you want to be. Forget about things for now, but the person who you want to be 1 year from now. And I want you to dream bigger than you might think is possible at this point, because here's the deal. Over the next year, you are going to become the person who's able to achieve goals that today might seem impossible to you. I hope that makes sense. So take some time after you're done watching this video and write your to-be list, that person you want to be 1 year from today. Let's make it simple. Just call it 1 year from today. Write every description of the person, physical, mental, spiritual, relationship, whatever you can think of, the person you ideally want to be 1 year from today. And promise me one thing right now. Don't worry about how you're going to make it happen, because you're going to be working on yourself so much in the next year that you'll be a different person, and that person is the one who's going to make that happen. There you go. That's why some people fail after day 30. We relax. We put ourselves on autopilot. We stop doing the things that were working for us. Now we got to keep doing those things, but we're going to add some goal setting. Write down your person that you're going to be 1 year from now. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.